recently we've been talking about business, entrepreneurship, the whole education system. Some of our our biggest mentors, how important mentorship is to all of us to have that, Mm-hmm. And I wanted to ask you, Hector, for our audience out there, for people that, are interested in building a business or expanding their existing business, where do you come from? Like, how did you come to know what you know? What inspired you to get to where you're at? What was it that motivated you to just start your own thing? For those that might, if you were going to give someone advice on how to get going with their own business, I know there's a lot involved, like the mindset. I know that, you have to have a good supporting group or people around you. But if you want to, kind of share with us, some of your experiences, your trials and tribulations, because I'm sure, we go back a ways. So I know I've seen you develop over the years. I've seen you go through different things. You want to share with us what brought you to where you're at today?
Yeah, no, before even starting, thank you again for even having me on here. And I love, being able to connect with you because, you always ask great questions and it gets people to think, what am I doing in life? So I would say the fact that I made a choice to just change, I wanted to change. I just wanted to be different. I've seen a lot of people just chase, the ladder of climbing the ladder. And I didn't want to climb that ladder that everybody's climbing. I wanted to make my own ladder and, climb my own ladder. And so I started following people that were doing the same thing, and slowly but surely I started separating myself from, hundreds of people that I thought were friends or that I thought was the circle of life, and eventually I found myself just hanging out by myself, which was pretty hard at one time because, you're accustomed to hanging out with a lot of people, being out, going out, having fun, and think that, that's life. And you think that you have so many friends until you decide to follow your dreams and you kind of end up alone, but you're really not alone. You actually have other entrepreneurs that are on the same road. So I think the one thing that, changed my life was just deciding to change. And then after that, I was already halfway there. That other half has been a roller coaster. It continues to be a roller coaster, and it's all about the adrenaline. And I think we touched base, back in our first session it's all about just enjoying the ride and being able to take risks and believing that there's a better cause, So, what's really led me here is just being able to learn, be open, and take action. Those are key points that, have really led me here. And you're going to fail. You're going to fail, and as long as you accept that you're going to fail forward, you're going to be in good hands. If you don't die from a failure, keep going.
A lot of people see failure as like, people don't like that word. It's kind of like regrets, and the other word, I forget people tend to feel like almost like they there's some, I don't know, like there's a stigma to that word, like fail. No, it's not fail. I've never, but failure is important. Failure is part of succeeding, right? I mean, how many games did Michael Jordan lose before he even got accepted to the NBA?
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you're learning, I think it's important. And you and I have had this conversation before when we were doing pre-production for this program, and we talked about the inner circle versus the outer circle. And I like what you said about how you started off, and a lot of friends fall off, so-called friends fall off to the side, right? You have people that don't like the idea of you starting a business. They're like, are you crazy? Estás loco? What the hell?
Yeah.
And a lot of people want you to do good, but they don't want you to do better than them.
Yeah.
That's what I found out. And we talked about how, and you and I have both been in, and we're still involved with affiliate marketing and all that. You're going to find out that in any kind of business out there, that the people on the outer circle are more supportive than your inner circle.
Yeah.
People that don't know you that well, they're the ones that are interested on staying on the phone with you. they're the ones that ask questions. The people that know you, the so-called friends, the supporters, they're like, no, like this isn't right. You shouldn't be, it's like, what? Like, I'm not pushing sales on you. That's not what this is about. Like, it's like people say on the internet, support local musicians, support mom and pop shops, right? Yeah. Well, we're one of them.
Yeah.
I'm an artist. I have I've had several businesses. And the people, I always found out, it seems to me that the people that don't know you personally seem to be more interested in what you're doing, and they want to buy your product or services.
Yeah, and I think they don't buy the product; they buy you and your experience. I've learned that through a lot. It's how you are treated. You go to any dealership that they might have the same type of brand of car.
Yeah.
And one dealership just focuses on sales, while the other dealership focuses on what you do, who you are, where you like to go, what you like to do on the weekends. Right. Do you like to snowboard? And through that, you actually have an experience, and you might realize that you don't really need a car that you had in mind, and maybe they will put you in a different car that will match everything you do. And so those are two different types of experiences. And so I think people really get confused when it comes to that,
Right.
One of the main things also is, you mentioned is buying products, when it comes to your family, or anything.
Right.
As far as a business, it gets tough because your family will not take you serious, as in stranger will want to learn more about you, and your family thinks they know you, but they don't really know you, because I believe that every person is every day becoming a new person. They're learning. As long as you're reading, you're learning something. As long as you're working, you should be learning, because the whole point of a job is to climb the ladder, right? So I think every person is new every morning, and we're all learning a little bit about ourselves each day.
I mean, you're right. You hit it on the nose right there, right on the button, because I was just thinking, man, people that say they support us, I think it's a mindset. Entrepreneurship is a mindset, because the way we think is different from the way people on the outside think. Because we think, for example, if you save me $2-3 per energy drink, for example, or vitamins or whatever it is from your brand or your whatever company, I'm going to be grateful, because I was buying stuff that my body it's not soluble, it's not that high quality. Yeah. And you're giving me something better. It might cost more up front, but in the long run, you're saving me time and money.
Yep.
I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to be a loyal customer and say, screw this other brand. Yeah. I'm like, I've been to Walmart. I've tried this and that, GNC. I've tried, and then you come to me and you say, Alex, this is organic. This is grown from organic farms. This is da 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 da. And you tell me my nutritional needs. You're very attentive to that. You ask me the right questions, bro. That is something I am grateful for, right? Mm-hmm. But when we do it to other people, when we try to explain them to the inner circle, it's like, no.
The biggest failure as humanity has is they don't value themselves first. They value materials, and some people value materials on the cheap side. So once people start to change that mindset, as you value yourself more, you're going to do whatever it takes to get the right product, and that right product is not going to be cheap. So in order for you to have that right product, you have to increase your worth, and that means getting an extra job, creating an extra hustle, and that's where you're going to become, more valuable as yourself and more worth, and you're gonna realize that you are going to spend more to take care of yourself and to value yourself, because all these products that or whatever it is that you're consuming are cheap products, and the brain has everybody accustomed, save money, go buy cheap, but they're not really, hey, what do I need to spend or invest, which is a proper word, for my body, for me, so I could live longer, so I could be healthier. But people don't really think about that, or they do think about it, but then they think how much it costs, and then they stop right there instead of saying, okay, how am I going to be able to afford another $2,000 to be in this healthy lifestyle, to be in this living, and that's where they get scared. But in reality, it's just about adapting and creating a way. There's always a way. You got to create a way. So again, get a side hustle, work extra hours, get another job. But I think people should continue to think differently and start valuing themselves more, because once they do that, they're going to start wanting the right product for their skin, the right product for their organs, the vitamins, all that good stuff. And they're going to change their mindset and lifestyle tremendously.